G'day guys and welcome to my NRL Round 18 tips. There's just 3 rounds left of the regular season, which is kind of sad, but I'm quite excited for final. Hopefully my mighty Eels can turn it around and play some good footy just before finals. We've got a tough game against the Panthers this week, but that's not the first game of the round that I'm going to be speaking about. We're going to be speaking about the Tigers and the Rabbitohs, so let's get into my tips.
Cheers, bro. Subscribe to Entertainer.
On Thursday night at 7:50 at Bankwest Stadium, as I mentioned, between the West Tigers and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, for this game, Adam Doueihi is in the centres, Moses Mbye at fullback, scoring that match winner last week. Obviously, Doueihi there. Chris Lawrence is named in the reserves for the Tigers. Tommy Talau in jersey number 19. So Asa Kapua and David Nofaluma on the wings for the Tigers there. Russell Packer is a chance in jersey 21 on the reserves. As for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, who I thought were good against the Storm, but they needed to fix their error count. Corey Allen at fullback. Could Alex Johnston go there or will he stay on the wing? That's what will be on everyone's mind after their change last week. Dane Gagai is back into the side. Dane Gagai will play on the wing in jersey number 5. Jed Cartwright will play via the bench. He'll be in jersey number 15. And Troy Dargan, who played some good footy, is in jersey number 20, with Tavita Totola out for this one. In this game, I'm going to tip the Rabbitohs. I think they'll be a bit too strong. I think they've been quite a quality side from what I've seen. And I thought that they were quite good against Melbourne. As I said, I thought that their error count wasn't great. But I actually think they'll win this, and I think they'll win quite well. The Tigers got a bit lucky against Manly. They put in a good fight. They've had some performances this year to be proud of. I actually think this will be the opposite. I think that South will give them bit of a hiding here, and I'm going to take the Rabbitohs to turn up, and I'm going to take the Rabbitohs 34 points to 10. I think that South will score no more than Tigers will score no more than 2 tries in this match, and I think that a classy Rabbitohs side that we've seen for the last 5 weeks, besides, I guess, last week's loss, but as I said, I think they looked really good against Melbourne. It was a great game of footy, and I think they'll respond with this one, even though the Tigers are technically at home. I'm taking the Rabbitohs 34 points to 10. These the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs up against the Manly Seagull. Now, the Doggies got a little bit unlucky, in my opinion, against the Titans. Thought they played really well. But Kieran Foran will be out for this match. As for Manly, they haven't been too good lately. Injuries are concerning them a lot. Both of these sides desperately want to get a win for their club. They're really not playing for anything. I think the Seagulls mathematically can still make the 8, but obviously the Doggies can't. If the Dogs do win this game, then it could mean the Broncos finish with the wooden spoon. Broncos obviously playing the Titans later in the round, but I'm actually going to go with the Doggies here. The Manly Seagulls have pissed me off a bit lately. I've tipped them a lot when I shouldn't have, and especially their performance on the weekend. They led 20 points to 6, and they let the Tigers straight back in. So without even looking at the lineups, and I know Kieran Foran's out, which is really big for the Dogs, which worries me, I'm going to tip the Bulldogs here. Let's just have a look at the wow. Okay, so Suase Su in via the bench for the Dogs. Tim Laffey in jersey number 21, so he's on the reserves. Where was his name? That was reserves. Kieran Foran out, Dylan Napa also out, and Kieran Holland out. Wow, okay, so there's a big change there. And then Josh Shrewster, who had a really good NRL debut for Manly, he's out due to injury. And George Tafua looks like he'll be out for a while. Ben Trbojevic has been named in jersey number 21. Not the Trbojevic that Manly fans have been hoping for. Luke Metcalf, he was a great player last year, is a chance of playing in jersey number 19. And Abbas Miski will play on the wing for George Tafua. So yeah, I'm actually going to I'm taking him here. I'm taking the Dogs. Looking at that team lineup, I'm thinking Nick Meaney might score a double here. Nick Meaney's been in some good form. I think Foran's a big out, which worries me, but I'm taking the doggies here. I'm taking the doggies 24 points to 20. I think it'll be a fairly high scoring game. No defence from either of these sides. And yeah, I reckon the Dogs will get one over the Sea Eagles on Friday night. Probably one of the games of the round, if not the game of the round on Friday night. It is the Panthers and the Eels at Panthers Stadium. Parramatta have been the only team to beat Penrith this year. They're on a 13-game winning streak, I believe, which is just absolutely insane. Might be 12. It could be 13. It could be 13, actually, with their win over the Broncos on the weekend. As for the Eels, we've been really up and down in form lately. We beat the Storm 14-0. We kept scoreless 38-0 at home against the Rabbitohs. Put in a better performance against the Warriors, but still not great. I thought we were really good in the first half, but towards the end, we let the Warriors straight back into it. I disagree with the sin bin, and I wonder if we would have scored tries off that sin bin. I still think we do. I think we've got a lot of speed in our team, and our attack looked a little bit better. I think we'll definitely miss Dylan Brown, but I think Jai Field is going to do a good job for the next couple of weeks. Let's have a look at the team lineups. I know that Reid Marnie has gone down to injury, but he's named in the side. I don't think he'll play. I really don't think Reid Marnie, and if he does, I'd be very surprised if he stays for long. So, yeah, I don't think they should be naming Reid anyway. Ray Stone off the bench in jersey number 14. Charlie Staines is in jersey number 21 for the Penrith Panthers. Isaiah Yeo returns to the side in jersey number 13. Matt Burton in jersey number 20. And that's about it for the Panthers. So nice lineup there. Not too many changes remaining with the bench. As for the Eels, Murata Niokore is out. I didn't know about that one. Andrew Davey will play via the bench. He's returned to the bench. Hayes Dunster is a chance in jersey number 18. Samuel Hughes, could that be an NRL debut? There's nothing written about him. I haven't actually heard that name personally, so nice. And Stefano Udikamanu also off the reserves. I really hate to say it. I think we've definitely got a chance on Friday night. I don't count us out. But I'm going to tip the Panthers. I think that Penrith at home will be a little bit too strong. I think we'll keep it very, very close, though. I'm going to take Penrith by 4. I'm going to say that it will be 22 points to 18. I think both of these sides can produce some quality attack, a very enjoyable game on Friday night. I really hope this game isn't like some other games that have been overhyped and we think it's going to be awesome. Even that Roosters and Raiders game, it just wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And I hope that's not one of these games. And I'll have to let you guys know. I'm not sure. I'll probably try and live stream this one because I probably won't be able to get down due to work and stuff. But yeah, I'm taking the Penrith Panthers over the Eels, but really hope that we can get the win on Friday night against this top of the table. And if Penrith win this, I'm pretty sure they claim the minor premiership. So it'd be cool to still make them wait another week. Illawarra Dragons up against the Canberra Raiders at Wollongong. Now in this game, Dragons obviously coming off a loss to the Cowboys. The Cowboys have ended their losing streak, 23 points to 22. Dragons were a little bit competitive. Let's have a look at the team lineup. So for the Raiders, Isaiah Soliola is a chance in jersey number 21. That's a really nice in for them. And Matt Tamiko drops into jersey 20. I believe Curtis Scott's back. No, Curtis Scott isn't back. Okay. We'll have a look at that lineup in a second. So for the Dragons, you've got Cody Ramsey making his NRL debut. He had a really good game, a few good games in the Nines. I think he was even the player who scored outside the line, so it'd be funny to see one of them. Paul Vaughan is back for the Dragons, and Michaeli Ravalawa is out. Let's have a look at that Raiders back line. So Charnsley Klokstad, Semi Valimi, Jared Croker. So Jordan Rapana will play in the centres for Curtis Scott then, I'm guessing. Okay. And then Nick Kotrick, Jack White and George Williams. Josh Papali is fine. Apparently he will be playing in jersey number 8. So really good in there for the Raiders. Now the Raiders lineup looks really damn good here. So I'm tipping the Raiders, but I've got a weird feeling this game will be pretty close. I've got a kind of weird feeling that this will be a Raiders 1-12. I think the Raiders have been playing some good footy, but definitely not some great footy. What am I going to go with? I'm going to go with the Raiders by 8. I'm going to say it will be 22 points to 14. I think that Canberra will get the job done. They're showing a bit of consistency in regards to winning, but performances aren't great. They need to be better. They should win this game 13 plus. I just think the Dragons will be quite angry from last week. They'll put in a good performance. I don't like the lineup a lot for the Dragons. Looking forward to Cody Ramsey. There's other... Oh, that's by the reserves. But anyway, I think that in this game that they'll be too good, the Canberra Raiders. I think that they'll be pretty upset about their loss to the Roosters. So I'm going to take the Raiders 22 to the Dragons 14. I think this will actually be a really good game on Saturday afternoon at 5:30. It's the Gold Coast Titans up against the Brisbane Broncos. Brisbane, they haven't been winning games, obviously, and they're in that battle for the wooden spoon. But I think they're playing some okay footy. They played decent against the Panthers. They played a good first half against the Raiders. They're working towards something. As for the Titans, they're looking real good, and they're trying to show signs for next year. Let's have a look at these team lineups before I make a complete decision. I think I've got a tip. Jai Whitbread will play in jersey number 15 off the bench for the Titans. Nathan Peats in jersey number 21. Keegan Hipgrave is back in jersey number 12, who I backed as a try scorer, and I'm pretty sure whoever stood in for him actually scored a try. So that was a weird tip last week. Tremaine Spry will play, no, he won't, in jersey number 19. Brian Kelly and Jermaine Jolliffe is out, so both are more moves from the second row to centre. Not sure what I think yet. I'm still not convinced of Tyrone Peachy being in the lock position. He looks comfortable there, but we'll see. As for the Broncos, let's have a look. Jordan Ricky, who had a fantastic game last week, is out. Xavier Coates is in for the Broncos. He will play via the bench. Joe Offahengawi will play via the bench with him. And I think that's about it. Alex Glenn is back in jersey number 12. I think this is going to be a fantastic game of football. I think it is going to be a very, very, very tight game. And I'm going to take the Titans. I think that the Broncos' woe continues. I think that at this round, the Broncos will be sitting at the bottom of the NRL ladder. There you go. I've tipped the Dogs and I've tipped the Titans, which means that the Broncos down the bottom for now. Who knows for how long, but for now. Now, I'm going to take the Titans. I almost said the Broncos then. I'm going to take the Titans 14 points to 16. No. Yes. 14 points to 16. 2-point win for the Gold Coast. Very unconvincing win. This game is at home for them, so they should win by more. The Broncos love beating the Titans at the Gold Coast. I would not be surprised if Brisbane, and if you're tipping Brisbane, good luck, because I think you could have a chance. But I'm taking the Gold Coast to win in a very tight, exciting game of football by 2. Night blockbuster, but for me, it is a snore fest. It is the Sydney Roosters up against the Newcastle Knights. This game is at the SCG. I haven't had a good look at the team lineup, which I'm about to now, but I can tell you now that Kalen Ponga is out. He has been rested due to a big game on the weekend against the Sharks. Mitch Barnett and Heimel Hunt are also out. Sione Matadia is in jersey number 18. Hopefully he gets to play. Missed him playing lately. Daniel Saifidi is back via the bench for the Newcastle Knights. And bang, 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 Edric Lee is back in jersey number 2. So, wow, okay, that's a bit of a change for me because he's a bit of a try-scoring freak. So, still not enough for mine to beat the Roosters. Jake Friend is in. He will be in jersey number 9 for the Roosters. Mitchell Orbison is a chance in jersey number 19. That's about it. Well, the 2 tries that I have the Knights scoring will probably be Edric Lee with a double. As you can tell, I'm taking the Roosters here. I think they'll be too good for Newcastle. Newcastle really surprised me with their bounce back against the Sharks. I thought the Sharks were going to win that game. But in this game, I think that they'll be a little bit inconsistent. As I said, Edric Lee back could really change it. He scores tries a lot for him. But I just think they're going to be missing their key man Ponga here. And their attack's going to be a little bit off. Roosters going to be fired up, a bit too red hot. So I'm going to take the Roosters 28 points to 8. A 20-point win for the Roosters here. And I'll speak about it in my best bets, but I have a crazy feeling that Sasia Takiaho is going to score a try in this match. Game sees the Melbourne Storm up against the North Queensland Cowboys. The Cowboys will be roaring at the fact that they beat the Dragons in Golden Point. How did I tip the Dragons by 1 and the Cowboys win by 1? It still bloody baffles me getting that outrageous tip that close. Anyway, Ryan Pappenhausen is out for the Melbourne Storm. Is there any other outs? Yes, Christian Welch, who's been in some good form, he is out. And Chris Lewis from the bench is also out. Nelson Asafa Solomona is back. Shandor Earl is in jersey number 19. Suliasi Vunivalu is back for the Storm in jersey number 2. And Tui Kamikamika, who it's been a while, is a chance in jersey number 20. As for the Cowboys, no outs in. Actually, no, there's no ins. That's just reserves. It's just a list of reserves there. So, I think the Cowboys will go straight back down this week. I think that Sunshine Coast Stadium has been quite a little fortress. Good crowds there for the Storm. I think they'll win, and they'll win quite well, honestly. I'm going to take the Storm 28 points to 12. I don't think the Storm will get to 40 so points. I think that the Cowboys will put in a better performance. But at the same time, I think the Storm run away with this one. Could even be a close game until the last 15 minutes. But I'm taking the Storm 13 plus and the Storm to win 28 points to 12 on Sunday afternoon. And the final game of the round, which really should be a cracker. Both of these sides fighting to remain in the top 8. The Cronulla Sharks at Jubilee up against the New Zealand Warriors. Obviously, the Warriors coming off a 24-18 loss over the Eels, which they played a decent game of footy. I thought they were quite good against her, but the errors towards the end is what let them down. As for the Sharks, they got walloped by Newcastle. I don't think anyone was expecting that scoreline. We were all expecting a coin flip game. They will be very fired up for this game, but they will also be without Chad Townsend and Wade Graham. Sean Johnson will be back. Andrew Fafita is in via the bench. Sione Katoa, their main try-scoring man, is back into the side. As for the Warriors, their lone players are back. Daniel Alvaro by the bench and George Jennings. And you know what? The Warriors played quite well last week. The Sharks will be very fired up, very angry. Sean Johnson's a big in. But I'm going, and I'm pretty friggin' confident that the New Zealand Warriors will win. Whether they will make the 8 is a very hard statement to make because they must beat the Raiders, the Sharks, and I think they play Manly as well, which there's 2 tough games there. 2 very tough games there. But I think this one, I think they win. I think without Chad Townsend in the halves, Connor Tracy's been okay. And without that leadership and Ford, Wade Graham, I think they're going to struggle a little bit, the Sharks here. I think it's going to be a very good game. But I think the Warriors are going to nip this one, maybe even at the death. I'm taking the Warriors 20 points to 14. I think Harris Tavita, with his double last week, is going to absolutely back up his form. Jack Murchie was quite quiet last week, so I reckon he'll have a blinder. And those Eels boys will be keen to get back in the side. Daniel Alvaro and George Jennings. Probably Sione Katoa to score a try at any time. But I think that the New Zealand Warriors will beat the Sharks to finish off a decent round of rugby league. So guys, now you've heard my tips, let's get straight into my best bets. I love this segment. And as I mentioned, Keegan Hipgrave are back for a try, and he plays number 12 for the Titans. And the number 12 for the Titans scored. I forgot who it was right now at any time I backed it. So let's get into my multi for this week. Now, I'm going big, and I'm gonna chuck $20 on this. I'm confident. I've been given a bonus bet here, and I'm sticking with my head here. I'm going to take the South Sydney Rabbitohs 13 plus. I think that they'll beat the Tigers, and I think they'll win quite well. So I think they'll be fired up from their loss against the Storm, put in a good performance. So Rabbits 13 plus is your first leg. Next, I hate to say it, but I think the Eels will lose to Penrith. I think it'll be a tight game. So Penrith 1 to 12 at $2.80 in this multi is absolute value there. The next game, I'm actually going to go for a line here, and I'm going to take the Canberra Raiders minus 3.5 at $1.51 against the Dragons. I think a try or more should be enough for the Raiders. I can't see them winning by 2 or something here. I could see them winning by more than that, even though I think it'll be a closer game than people think. The next is the Sydney Roosters head-to-head. Pretty self-explanatory there. And then I've got the New Zealand Warriors to beat the Cronulla Sharks. I think that they can do it. And whether they can make the 8, as I said, very tough there. But I think this is a game that they will win. So putting $20 on that gets you $526. It is $27.34 odds. So fantastic multi there. And let's back some try scorers. To think about it, we've got our try scorer. I've mentioned a couple of them. As a multi, it's $6,000. Let's go individual though and have a chat. Dane Gagai returns into the side. He's been in good try scoring form all year. At $1.72, I can't go past it against the West Tigers, as I think the Rabbitohs will win quite convincingly. I've taken the Dogs over Manly. I'm taking Nick Meaney. As I mentioned, I think he's been in some good try scoring form. $2.30 is actually quite high for him. As for the Panthers and the Eels, I think Stephen Crichton will have a really good game against us. So at $2, I really like Stephen Crichton there. Raiders and Dragons. It was tough to pick for this one. I'm actually going to take George Williams at $4.33. He scores some surprising tries in 2020, so I think he might cross over and get one for the Raiders. Corey Oates for the Broncos. I think I backed him last week and he didn't score. I'm going to go again. He's a fantastic winger. Definitely due a try. He played a lot of time at lock and scored a try there, so I think he can get back to some try scoring form on the wing. I mentioned this one, and it's a massive roughie followed by a bigger roughie. Pretty confident with this one. I think Siosiah Takiaho has been in some really good form for the Roosters. Tupanua's been good with try scoring, but I think Takiaho will cross, and he's paying $8 to score against the Knights, which is way too big in my opinion. I'm all over it. And bit of a roughie here, but for the Warriors, their number 8 has been in a little bit of try scoring form at the start of the year, and I think he might sneak over this game. He's paying $12, probably because they're outsiders, and that is Jermaine Tanua-Brown. That is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you do comment your tips after this goes live so that I can read them, go through them. Let me know your try scorers. And a lot of people have been asking for line betting. So there you go. I included line betting for you. If I was to take confident lines, I'd probably take the Rabbitohs minus 10. I'd take them minus 10. I think they can beat the Tigers by more than 10. I'd take the Bulldogs plus 4.5. I'd take... Oh, it's plus 4. It's not half. Okay. I wouldn't take Penrith minus 7.5. I'd take the Eels plus 6.5. I really do think it'll be close. As I mentioned, the Raiders minus 3.5. That Roosters minus 19.5 is too big for mine. I would take the Roosters minus 10.5. I think they can beat Newcastle by 10. And yeah, Warriors against the Sharks. Great value there at $2.45. Awesome, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And as I mentioned, I'll try and get something sorted for Friday. Make sure you follow my Instagram. I keep you guys updated in regards to that. And I will see you guys later.